Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to another game. This is still between WFZ and Blade, taking place here on, well, the same exact map. This is going to be Ancient Isle. I'm pretty sure I changed how everything is, but it looks like the positionings are pretty much exactly the same. I'm going to speed things up just a bit, just to make sure I am not casting the same exact game twice, because, well, that would be very silly of me. Alright, let's take a look at this. Acolyte makes its way around. Gonna go ahead and move around here. We'll take a look if a footman comes out over here, kills a sheep that's right here, then I know for a fact that that is going to be this is the same game. So let's take a look. Where are you going, footman? Alright, is he gonna go kill a sheep? No, he isn't. Alright, so things are not the same this time around. Archmage is gonna go ahead and clear out this creep camp. Meanwhile, Death Knight now making its way down to do a bit of harassment. WFZ looking to do an harassment game as opposed to creeping and leveling up early on. We'll see how that responds, as we do see a Forest Troll Shadow Priest quickly getting picked up from his opponent, or from that mercenary camp, so he can try and abolish magic those water elementals. Death Coil onto some skeletal minions. There goes one. Level 2 now onto the Archmage, though, as the Archmage does pick up Claws of Attack +6. Alright, we saw how deadly Claws of Attack +6 and +9 are on a ranged hero such as that Archmage, as the Archmage does a little bit of chasing, only to really, is he going to call to arms more militia here? That is the follow-up question. No, it is not going to be a fast expansion attempt. Archmage without the fast expansion attempt, and it's going to keep this Death Knight in check. Normally, human players do try and fast expand, and what he's going to quickly realize is, wait a second, the human player is not moving back with this Archmage and these footmen. That obviously means that it is not going to be a fast expansion attempt, and with that said, he kind of needs to protect his base a little bit more. Archmage is perhaps going to try and drop some water elementals, get some damage here, as the ghouls are going to be going after all of these targets. An additional water elemental, for some reason, not dropped as of yet. So this is not a committed attack. Finally, dropping that water elemental does make this a committed attack, since the Archmage does want to hold on to as much mana as possible to try and execute whatever strategy he wants. Archmage now looking to pull back here. You can take a look. We are already building up a blacksmith, so that is where the lumber is currently traveling or being invested in, as opposed to an expansion. You can see Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Well, where are things going to go, trying to hold that high ground as the Archmage... Well, Archmage unable to finish off that skeletal minion there. Archmage is going to try and chase down this Troll Shadow Priest. Is going to be able to do exactly that. Make sure that the Troll Shadow Priest is unable to abolish magic, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest already down to 78 hit points. Two more fireballs should do it. And, well, it is going to be able to hide inside in the back to attempt and heal again. Forest Troll Shadow Priest hiding in the backside. Going to lose some mana in that heal attempt. And what's more important, though, the abolished magic was unable to finish off a water elemental. Back down to the south here, you can see a skeletal minion low on hit points, making sure no expansion is underway, as the Death Knight, still sitting at level 1, tries to hold on to this game and get to level 2. Forest Troll Shadow Priest losing about, 40% of his mana, but is still alive and well, ready to take down any water elementals should the Archmage try and put pressure off over here. Forest Troll Shadow Priest ready to go. Halls of the Dead now finished being upgraded. We should be looking at, well, there is that Lich. Are we going to go for a quick tier 3? That is the quick question. And how are people knowing when to follow me when I am not streaming? That is absolutely hilarious. Mihalaro87, thank you for the follow. I know it's a little distracting, but then again, it does keep me on my toes a little bit. And some viewers were saying it's so distracting. It is, but at the same time, casting by yourself does seem to be a little bit of a chore, and being able to interact with the community does give me a little bit more energy, as opposed to just kind of going through the motions. Archmage sitting at level 2 wants to put pressure, or not put pressure, just try and do a little bit of creeping. The Death Knight, with that pressure, the threat of the 200 hit or the 100 hit point experience steal is always in the back of the mind. Now, we also know that the Lich is going to make its way out. Slaughterhouse is already being added in, as well as that Black Citadel. Mountain King going to be joining in on the fight, as we are looking at Rifleman already being added in. So instead of a straight up Rifleman, a straight upgrade into double Sanctum, double Frost Nova Death Coil, Archmage now in trouble, being forced to pull back just a little bit. Rifleman getting in some big damage here. Is it going to work out, as the Death Knight, now down to 100 or 200 hit points, tries to get away? Low hit point Footman also taking a bit of damage. These skeletal minions causing just traffic and congestion, making it very difficult for the units to get away in time. Lich is still a threat though. Death Knight in that back line could cause problems, as a big Frost Nova, goes down onto that Footman right there. Picking and choosing your targets wisely, but the Mountain King also getting some experience. As the Footman tries to back up, he will be able to do exactly that. What is he doing? He should not be joining in, backing on that fight. Death Coil inbound, perhaps. No, Death Knight going after the Rifleman. Rifleman trying to head back away. It looks as though units are going back every way. Lich getting lost in all of the confusion. Mountain King still does not have enough mana though, but will be able to finish off this, Null Overseer right there. Archmage sitting at level 2. Mountain King sitting at level 1. Both of them very, very close to the next level, as we take a look at 39 supply compared to 40. Archmage heads back off to the north. Are we perhaps going to see the death of a Forest Troll? Shadow Priest, Mountain King, where are you? Nowhere to be found. Instead, stealing the experience, which is just as good. However, it looks as though that one Footman going to get lost to creeps right there. Yes, getting taken down. Poor Micro in that situation. Back off to the north. Death Knight is finally at level 2. Does have Unholy Aura. Lich back out onto the field. It is a level 3, level 2 compared to a level 2, level 3, level 2 versus level 2, level 1 already, as the Archmage will now have level 2 water elementals. Archmage ready to put in some pressure. We are at Black Citadel. Destroyer form not yet upgraded, and you better believe once Destroyer form is done, those water elementals will look tasty. What is the follow-up play now for the human player? He is doing a rifle caster strategy, a traditional rifle caster strategy. No spellbreakers either, since he doesn't even have an arcane vault. And he doesn't look to be going into tier 3. Without the workshop, without mortar teams, that could potentially be a problem as well, as we're looking at the Forest Troll Berserkers getting taken down. Manual of Health getting taken out right there. Let's take a look. There goes another, or getting picked up right there as another Forest Troll Berserker taken out. The Rifleman should be able to clear out some of these more difficult creep camps fairly fast. Water Elemental absorbing a lot of that damage, and you're going to take a look. These Tide Runners are purposely going to try and steal or purposely hit multiple targets, so more poison is dealt across more units. Mountain King gonna get very close to level 3. A Book of the Dead, but it is way too late in the game to use it, as Devour Magic will just end up, well, and feeding more damage back the other way. The big difference right now, though, is going to be the simple fact that the Destroyers don't have any heavy armor units to try and attack. Rifleman, Archmage is in that front position. Mountain King in that front position as well. Water Elemental in that back. It should perhaps just get attacked and destroyed. As you can take a look, Abomination could get taken down. I still don't see a Scroll of Town portal. That could be potentially dangerous, as the Rifleman, well, all of this poking, caster, piercing damage, still enough to perhaps shut this down before an Abomination comes out, and that is huge. Without Abominations, how are you going to deal with this large number of Riflemen? Lich, it gets healed back up. Death Knight now sitting at level 3, as we are looking at the Archmage and Mountain King sitting at 3-3 as well. This Abomination getting trained up in the back with the second slaughterhouse being built there. But this is a problem because you are essentially using inefficient time. Riflemen and Priest are both doing inefficient damage against these buildings. Meanwhile, the Death Knight and the Lich is now caught back up into this 3-3 position. Units are now going to be forced to back up here. There they go. Mountain King going to be in trouble. Takes a large amount of damage. There's one Abomination. Units are now going to go back the other way, as during that time, the loss of a Slaughterhouse and a Crypt instead giving the Death Knight and the Lich 3-3 compared to 2-1. Great investment time, as the Mountain King also forced to use a potion of invulnerability at an inopportune time just to stay alive. We are upgrading the castle right now, but Blade is really in a poor spot. Those destroyers are going to be able to finish off any water elementals that try to make their way out. Mountain King already low on hit points. We'll see how all of this rounds out as the destroyers just come inside the base and say, you know what? You don't have towers. I'm just going to destroy this right here, right now. You can take a look. The destroyers, I believe, had mana going into this fight, expecting towers, doesn't see any, and wonders, wait, what is my opponent doing? Blade is in such dominant control right now. More powerful items, Lich with 480 mana, destroyers causing just havoc. And this is a one-sided battle if I ever saw one. Rifleman trying to perhaps poke apart some of these destroyers. 15 supply worth of destroyers able to just wander around on the inside of this base right here. Rifleman perhaps needing to go on a diet, unable to slip through the building cracks here, as the destroyer is just having an absolute field day, taking down all of these peasants. All right. WFZ knows that he doesn't need to overcommit. He knows that he can keep his opponent's army in check, keeping them at his base without really threatening his army at all. And I don't see how WFZ can lose this game at this point. He is now caught up in terms of experience, almost level 4 on both of his Lich and his Death Knight. You can take a look at it right there. Archmage is sitting at 3-3-2. So what is really going on here? The destroyers are just going to back up and say, you know what, I can regroup, get into position. The Death Knight and the Lich can perhaps try and clear out this creep camp here, get to level 4, get that little bit of extra hit points. Better opportunity. Are we going to go for perhaps a Panda as another hero? And that is a very good call right now. Or is he getting another Dreadlord? No Dreadlord. Rifleman, Paladin, classic caster combination. All right, almost the death of a Rifleman, but the unit's able to back up in time. One lone Abomination in that backfield. Healing Ward being placed down, and he says, you know what, you want to fight me here? I have a Healing Ward, and I'm okay with that. Destroyers are in the air. Obsidian statues on the ground. Forest Troll Shadow Priest is still in position here. 67 supply compared to 64. It is going to come down to who gets that first kill first. If the Undead can get that first kill first, he will get level 4 onto the Death Knight, get more Unholy Aura. Lich also gaining up a bit of mana. There is a Tome of Strength right there. It does the Lich doesn't want to be strong, apparently, as we could see a potential creepjack down over here. Mountain King coming in from the south side. There's the engagement. Rifleman does have the upgraded range. 3-2 upgrades, and you can take a look. Lich taking some big damage already. Destroyers going after some units, trying to focus down that Mountain King. Should perhaps be going after the water elementals. There is some more Devour magic, as well as the Mountain King still dancing around back and forth. Abominations in that front line. Death Knight gets up to level 4 in no time at all, as the Abominations still trying to make their way through. Death Knight gonna finish off some more units. Lich now gets up to level 4 as well. Level 2 Frost Nova already in the books. Level 2 Frost Armor could add in even more, or perhaps even Dark Ritual. Forest Troll Shadow Priest getting taken down, and this battle is already going in favor of how I predicted. Rifleman in that back line there, trying to perhaps poke things apart a bit. Nothing really able to challenge these Abominations on the ground. Rifleman Focus Fire does do a bit of that, but then again, while they are getting attacked, they are also getting destroyed. There goes the Archmage, and there is the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.